Yo, what's up people? Before we jump into today's video, let's get this video to 1000 likes, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and to turn the bell notifications on. Hello and welcome back to another evolution of video. On today's episode, that's right, we are going to be covering the evolution of L-Drago route of Beyblade. Now let's jump back to that fateful day in December 2008. Enter L-Drago 105 Flat. L-Drago 105 Flat, or 105F for short, was Ryuga's first L-Drago Bey in the Beyblade Metal Fight manga. L-Drago is the first lesbian Beyblade in the Metal system, also known as the pre-hybrid system or horoscope bays, and it's the first lesbian in the Metal saga. L-Drago is also the second Beyblade that has the 105F combo, the first being Pegasus 105 Flat. Just like Pegasus 105F in a previous evolution video, this version of L-Drago is also a manga exclusive and as such does not appear in the Beyblade Metal Fight anime. L-Drago 105F features the L-Drago 1 facebolt, which depicts Draco, one of the 88 constellations in space. The facebolt design features a dragon facing left with the words L-Drago printed beneath the dragon. As L-Drago is the first Bey in the L-Drago lineage of Beyblades, it was the first lesbian metal wheel released. Its design consists of 3 dragon heads facing counterclockwise. Moving on, L-Drago comes with your standard 105 spin track and the flat performance tip. In the manga, Ryuga and the organization known as the Dark Nebula plundered the Forbidden Bey known as L-Drago by invading Koma Village. Koma Village is the birthplace of L-Drago and Pegasus. Immediately after obtaining L-Drago, Ryuga is challenged to a Bey battle by L-Drago's guardian and the owner of Pegasus at the time, Ryo Hagane. Ryuga swiftly crushes Ryo and Pegasus, showcasing L-Drago's immense power. L-Drago's special move or dark move is the Dragon Emperor soaring Bite Strike. L-Drago in the manga eventually evolved into a hybrid wheel system. L-Drago evolved during Ryuga's battle with Benkei by absorbing Benkei's Dark Bull's energy from its special move, the Red Horn Uppercut, causing L-Drago to reach a whole new level of power. Enter the Lightning L-Drago. Lightning L-Drago 100 Whole Flat was released in July 2009 in Japan and then later in August of 2010 for the US. Lightning L-Drago was also re-released in the US in 2014 as a part of the Beyblade Legends line. Lightning is Ryuga's first L-Drago Bey in the anime, whilst also being his second L-Drago Bey in the Beyblade Metal Fight manga. As Lightning L-Drago was Ryuga's first Bey in the Beyblade Metal Fight anime, it shares a similar origin as L-Drago 105F in the manga. As in the anime, Ryuga also invades Koma Village to obtain L-Drago, and just like in the manga, Ryuga is also challenged by Ryo and swiftly defeats him. As L-Drago has now entered the hybrid wheel system, the metal wheel has been separated into 2 parts, the clear wheel, also known as the energy ring, and the metal wheel, also known as the fusion wheel, adding further customization to the metal system. Lightning L-Drago retains the original L-Drago 1 basebolt design. The L-Drago 1 energy ring is the first of the L-Drago line of energy rings. This energy ring is shaped like 3 dragon heads bearing a similar design to the L-Drago metal wheel. The L-Drago 1 energy ring is only compatible with the Lightning fusion wheel. Also, the L-Drago 1 energy ring features a unique mode changing gimmick. By rotating the energy ring 180 degrees, you can switch between the upper mode and the barrage mode. Moving on, the Lightning fusion wheel has 6 main protrusions, which the energy ring will cover 3 of at any given time. L-Drago now comes with the shorter 100 spin track instead of a 105 spin track that was originally released on its pre-hybrid predecessor. Just like the spin track, the performance tip has now been changed into the whole flat tip. Instead of a flat tip, its predecessor was originally released with. Lightning L-Drago's dark move in the manga is the Dragon Emperor Striking Destruction, and its ultimate dark move in the manga is the Dragon Emperor Fatal Claw. Whereas in the anime, Lightning L-Drago's dark moves is the Dragon Emperor Soaring Bite Strike and the Dragon Emperor Soaring Destruction. In the anime, Ryuga puts himself through rigorous training to overcome the Dark Power's control, making the Dark Power his own, which in turn triggers Lightning L-Drago to evolve. Whereas in the manga, Ryuga, while still possessing Lightning L-Drago, was challenged to a Bey battle by Helios, the owner of Soul Blaze. Helios used his special move, the Blaze Execution, to defeat L-Drago, but instead triggering L-Drago to break through its own limits, causing L-Drago to evolve once again into Meteor L-Drago. Enter the Meteor L-Drago. Meteor L-Drago Left Wing 105 Left Flat was released in September 2010 in Japan then later in May of 2011 for the US. Meteor L-Drago was also re-released in the US in 2014 as a part of the Legends line. Meteor L-Drago is Ryuga's second L-Drago Bey in the anime, whilst also being his third L-Drago Bey in the Beyblade Metal Fight manga. The L-Drago 1 facepalt has now been upgraded into the L-Drago 2 facepalt. While the L-Drago 2 facepalt still depicts Draco, one of the 88 constellations in space, the L-Drago 2 facepalt now depicts a more detailed dragon design, with the L-Drago text now replaced with claws. The L-Drago 2 energy ring, also known as L-Drago Absorb, is a successor to the original L-Drago 1 energy ring, and as such features 3 dragon heads. Unlike the L-Drago 1 energy ring, the L-Drago 2 energy ring now introduces rubber on the energy ring, which gives Meteor its spin stealing gimmick, which will become a permanent feature among the future L-Drago Beys. Spin stealing is a fan favorite gimmick that quickly rose to popularity within the Beyblade franchise and now currently lives on in the Fafnir line of Beyblades in the Burst series. Just like how the L-Drago 1 energy ring is only compatible with the Lightning Wheel, the L-Drago 2 energy ring is also only compatible with the Meteor Wheel. Like the L-Drago 1 energy ring, the L-Drago 2 energy ring can switch between 2 modes by rotating the energy ring on the fusion wheel by 180 degrees. These modes are called Assault Mode and the Barrage Mode. Assault Mode is more aggressive, while Barrage Mode offers more spin stealing capability. Just like the Lightning Wheel, the Meteor Wheel features 6 protrusions. Unlike the Lightning Wheel, which only had 1 compatible energy ring, the Meteor Wheel has 3 compatible energy rings, the first being the standard L-Drago 2 ring, also known as Absorb, the second being the Rush energy ring, and the last being the Assault energy ring. Meteor L-Drago comes with the left wing 105 spin track and the left flat performance tip. These parts are upgrades of the original L-Drago 105 spin track and the flat performance tip. The original 105 has evolved into left wing 105. Left wing 105 has 3 small wings at its sides, replacing the 105 spin track's handlebar protrusions. The LF, aka left flat performance tip, features 6 curves forming a star-like shape. In the manga, Meteor L-Drago evolves into L-Drago Destroy during his battle with Faust, the owner of Basalt Herogium, also known as the Twisted Temple. Meteor does this by defeating and destroying Twisted Temple, absorbing its power, causing it to once again evolve into the L-Drago Destructor. In the manga, Meteor L-Drago's special move is the Dragon Emperor Supreme Flight. Meteor's special move is also the Dragon Emperor Supreme Flight in the anime as well. In the anime, Meteor L-Drago eventually evolves into L-Drago Destroy after receiving the Summer Constellation Star Fragment. Enter L-Drago Destroy. L-Drago Destroy Final Survive was released on the 23rd of April in 2011 in Japan. It was later released within the 4D system, also known as the Hyperblades line, for Western countries in December of 2012 as a part of the Spark Effects Hyperstrike battle set. Once again, it was also released within the Spark Effects line in July 2013 as a standalone booster. These Spark Effects Beyblades were Hasbro exclusive. They had holographic facepalt stickers and multicolored energy rings so that when they spin, they appear to be a brand new colour. And finally, Destroy was released in its original Takara Tomy colours in July of 2014 as a part of the Beyblade Legends Hyperblades toy line. Technically, L-Drago Destroy was released in the US much earlier than in December 2012, but it was actually released in May of 2012 as a part of the Metal Fury line of Beyblades. This was because the first iteration of Destructor that was sold by Hasbro wasn't released within the 4D wheel system, but instead it was released within the hybrid wheel system. Although Destructor came with what seemed to be the correct metal frame and core, the metal wheel was hollowed out, making it much lighter than the original. This earlier version of Destructor also released with its predecessor spin track and performance tip. It came with the left wing 105 and the left flat instead of the Final Survive 4D performance tip. Moving back to Takara Tomy's L-Drago Destroy, the L-Drago 3 facepalt still depicts Draco, one of the 88 constellations in space, but this time it features a slightly more aggressive design when compared to the L-Drago 2 facepalt. As L-Drago has now entered the 4D wheel system, not only has it retained its ability to change mode from its spin stealing mode, also known as Absorb mode, and its attack mode just by rotating the dragon heads, but now the energy ring is comprised entirely out of metal, just like the fusion wheel typically would, and the fusion wheel, or in this case, the core, is now made entirely out of plastic. Rubber is now present on the core instead of the energy ring. Unlike previous L-Drago Beys that came with both a spin track and a performance tip, L-Drago Destroy now comes with a 4D system tip known as the Final Survive. The 4D system consists of gimmicks that either separate or combine components to form new parts, In this instance, the track and tip have been combined to make the Final Survive. The Final Survive has two modes that can change during battle. When Final Survive is launched, outwards force will cause the two sliders to move outwards, which will cause the sharp tip to retract and hold it in place, creating an aggressive whole flat performance tip. As the spin rotation decreases, the sharp tip will eject, causing L-Drago to switch into a stamina mode. In the anime, L-Drago Destroy's special move is still the Dragon Emperor Supreme Flight. In the Metal Fire anime, Destroyer also has an ultimate move known as the Dragon Emperor Life Destructor, whereas in the manga, L-Drago Destroyer's special move is the Dragon Emperor Final Destruction. In the Beyblade Metal Fight 4D anime, L-Drago Destroyer is eventually broken in Ryuga's battle with Rago, the owner of Diablo Nemesis. Using the last of his strength, Ryuga passes on his Summer Constellation Star Fragment to Kenta, resulting in his death and L-Drago's destruction. And as such, L-Drago has no further evolutions in the Metal Fight anime, whereas in the Metal Fight 4D manga, Ryuga has two temporary evolutions of L-Drago Destroy. The first evolution of L-Drago Destroy is the Golden Armor L-Drago Destroy. This is a temporary evolution that occurred during Ryuga's battle with Jinga in the Beyblade Metal Fight manga. This version of L-Drago Destroy features a new faceplate design. This time, it depicts a front profile of a Chinese dragon head facing downwards instead of a typical side profile design. As the name implies, the L-Drago Destroy wheel is now golden instead of the original dark gunmetal. Also, Final Survive has now been replaced with the Downforce 105 spin track and the left rubber flat performance tip. Golden Armor L-Drago Destroy special move is still the Dragon Emperor Final Destruction. The Golden Armor L-Drago eventually reverts back into the standard L-Drago Destroy after Ryuga expends too much energy in his battle with Jinga, causing Ryuga to lose that battle. The second temporary evolution of L-Drago Destroy is the L-Drago Guardian. This evolution takes place when both Ryuga and Jinga enter a special virtual reality training simulator to prepare for their upcoming battle against Nemesis. This version of L-Drago is the only L-Drago Beyblade that is a defense tag. Guardian was released in Japan as a part of the Beyblade Ultimate DX set in November of 2011. This version of L-Drago now comes with the Guardian wheel instead of the Destroy wheel. Guardian still comes with the same L-Drago 3-face bolt and the L-Drago core, but these versions have now been recolored in red and black. Guardian also comes with a Shield 130 spin track and the Metal Ball performance tip. Guardian was also released by Hasbro within the hybrid wheel system as a part of the Metal Fury Spark Effects line, just like Destroy. This version was also released in December 2012. This version of Guardian was lighter than the original as the metal wheel was hollowed out, just like the other hybrid wheel Spark Effects base. Instead of releasing with the Shield 130 spin track and the Metal Ball performance tip, this version was released with the Defense 125 spin track and the standard ball performance tip. While Guardian does not have its own special move, it does have a joint special move with Jinga and Wing Pegasus called the Final Strike. After Ryuga leaves the training simulation, L-Drago Guardian devolves back into L-Drago Destroy. In the Beyblade Metal Fight manga, not only does Ryuga not die in his battle with Nemesis like his anime counterpart, but he survives and even appears in the Beyblade Metal Fight 0G manga. In the Metal Fight 0G manga, Ryuga still owns his original L-Drago Destroy. In the Metal Fight 0G manga, Ryuga eventually encounters another member of the Dragon Clan named Sakyo, the owner of the Dark Knight Dragoon, the only left rotating bay within the 0G system. Immediately after meeting Sakyo, Ryuga challenges him to a bay battle in which Ryuga easily overpowers Sakyo and swiftly defeats him. Now, 8 years later since Destroy was first released in Japan, and 11 years later since L-Drago 105F was first released, enter Lightning L-Drago 10 Reach Zephyr Dash. Lightning L-Drago 10 Reach Zephyr Dash is a remake released by Takara Tomy as a part of the Beyblade Burst system. This Lightning L-Drago Burst remake was released in Japan in October 2019 as a prize Beyblade in the Random Booster Volume 17. Lightning was later re-released in its original colours in December of 2019 as a part of the Metal Fight Beyblade anime 10th anniversary set. The Beyblade Burst system is canon within the Metal Fight manga timeline, as the one-shot manga Metal Fight Beyblade Soul Burst was confirmed by the author Takafumi Daichi to take place after the events of Beyblade Metal Fight 4D, but before Beyblade 0G. Although the Beyblade Burst system is canon within the Metal Fight manga timeline, as Ryuga or L-Drago does not appear in the one-shot manga Soul Burst, Lightning L-Drago 10 Reach Zephyr Dash likely isn't canon. This is further proven as Ryuga is still shown to be using L-Drago destroy in the Beyblade Metal Fight Zero G manga. The Lightning L-Drago layer adapts the L-Drago 1 Facebolt, the L-Drago 1 Energy Ring, and the Lightning Fusion Wheel of the Metal series for the Burst system. The Lightning L-Drago Burst remake features the Zephyr Dash driver in an attempt to replicate the whole flat performance tip. 1 year later, Meteor L-Drago was also adapted within the Burst system. Enter Meteor L-Drago 7 Vortex Spiral Dash. This version of Meteor was released in Japan in December 2020 as a part of the Metal Fight Beyblade 2020 Explosion set. Like the Lightning L-Drago Burst remake, Meteor L-Drago 7 Vortex Spiral Dash is non-canon to the manga timeline. The Meteor L-Drago layer adapts the L-Drago 2 Facebolt, the L-Drago 2 Energy Ring, and the Meteor Fusion Wheel of the Metal series for the Burst system. The Meteor L-Drago Burst remake features the Spiral Dash driver in an attempt to replicate the left flat performance tip. Well, that concludes today's evolution video. L-Drago has really come a long way since it was first released in 2008. Which was your favourite L-Drago and why? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, it would mean a lot if you would hit that like button down below and to subscribe with the bell notifications on. And as always, you guys have been absolutely great. Seriously, thanks for watching, peace out, and have a fantastic day.